Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So we'll meet the cappers and get right to business. We get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the Drive Thru. Let's say hello, Joey. Joey, what's going on?
What's going on, Tony? Uncharacteristic weekend, ready to bounce back this weekend. We got the Cooper Flag sweepstakes tonight, so it's definitely interesting to see who's going to land him.
I used to like when they had the ping pongs live. That was so much better. So much better than
Yeah.
playing Prices
I
Right
agree.
or whatever they do now to try to break the suspense. Javon, what's going on?
Everything's going well now. Had to restore order, having consecutive winning days, four as a matter of fact. So, everything's in order in the universe as of right now because I was going through a rough one, and I don't go through many rough patches. I'll say that. So, good to see a couple going to the bucket, and then I start to fill it up.
Yep.
So that's where we're at right now.
Very good, very good. That's right. Excellent. So we'll get to rolling here on the Drive Thru. We'll take a look at the NBA to get it started here. Two games on the board. We got the Celtics and Knicks here. We've got the Celtics 5.5 coming down from that 6 as we saw it earlier. Total 8.5. And then on the board tonight will also be the Timberwolves and Warriors. These are all series here 2-1. We got the Warriors Dogs here. Timberwolves 4.5 coming down here, right? We saw 5.5. So this one has come down considerably here. Wow. And it's just coming down right now. I'm seeing reds light up at the board here. Total sits here at 200.5. Let me refresh and see the injury report, see what's going on with these games. Hauser is questionable here for Boston. New York, a clean injury report. Minnesota, a clean injury report. Let me click. I know Curry's out, but this line just seems fishy to me. Why? Okay, he's targeting a Game 6 return, so he's not coming back. So we're just seeing money, late money coming here on that's actually money coming on. We're still a few hours away from game time, almost 4 hours away from game time. We see 4.5 now pop up in this one. So some line moves there. So let's get this one underway with Joey.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at the Celtics and Knicks in this one. I'm laying it with the Celtics. Boston's 14-5 against the spread as a road favorite from 3.5 to 9.5 points this season, and they're also 4-1 against the spread on the road against teams who are winning 60 to 70% of games on the season. Knicks, on the other hand, they're 6-11 against the spread, revenging a loss at home, and they're also 8-17 against the spread at home against teams with a winning record. I just think the Celtics underperform at home and do much better on the road, especially how we've seen them play lately. I think they cover here and tie the series back up to 2-2.
Yeah, from Joey. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, last game, with the Warriors and Wolves, because I was considered lucky with getting that cover at 5.5 with that late 3-pointer. I've been on the wrong side of all of those type of bad beats throughout this postseason, but it was nice to have one in my pocket. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go the opposite way with this line move to 4.5 and roll with the Wolves in this one. We're gonna howl with the Wolves in this one. It's just simply the Wolves aren't playing their best, but they're handling these guys. It is what it is. They're the better team without Steph Curry. They're the better team with him on the court, but this series would have probably been, an even type of series if he was on the court. Now that he's not on the court, you don't have Anthony Edwards playing particularly well. I think this is a game where Edwards puts it all together and they take a command and lead in this one. So that's where I'm at with it. As far as the first game, I'm gonna look towards the first quarter, and the Celtics, they've been able to get out to hard starts or fast starts against the Knicks in the first frame of every game in this series. So we're just gonna stick to that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. First quarter.
First quarter there with Javon. All right, I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'm gonna look here at. All right, we're good here. Let's see. Wait a minute. What do? We didn't get that code in there. All right, we'll fix that in a second. So what I will look here will be on the Boston Celtics. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it with them. We've seen New York drop 2 games at home, and it's a Detroit loss, dropped 1 here in this series. Boston is shooting 39% from three on the road in the playoffs, so the road three-point shooting has been okay. So I'll look at them in this spot. Yeah, I'll look at the Warriors who getting the points. Timberwolves in the road playoff game, just 43% from the field, 31% from three. That again, having to lay this over a possession here with those shooting numbers, very tough for me to back here. So I'll look here at this Golden State team here at plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll take a look at baseball once I get this screen. Let me get this screen first corrected here. So make sure we have the right cappers on the board when I come on the screen here. So let me just go ahead and get this corrected here. 5 and the 7. How did I forget that? I only got 2 guys on here and I forgot to do that. That's crazy. All right, let's get to the baseball now. Baseball on the board today. We do have a game that just started. So if you want to give a play on this one, you can because it just began. We'll do 6 in this block. Brewers and Guardians. Brewers out already in the first. They're top of the first move. First scoreless. Brewers $1.13, total 8.5. We also have here Red Sox and Tigers. The Red Sox road favorites $1.13, total 8.5. Cardinals and Phillies. We got the Phillies $1.63, total 8.5. Pirates and Mets. Boy, this one has really moved. I saw like $1.20 something yesterday. Now it's $1.60 for the Mets. Total sits at 7. Schemes on the mount for the Pirates. Nationals and Braves. Braves $1.83, total 8.5. We close the block with Marlins and Cubs. Cubs $2.55, the total of 8. The Faves are getting all the money right now. Wow, big numbers here in this one. Let me double check to make sure there has been no pitching changes here in this slate of games so far. I don't see any. I don't see no changes. So all the starters are in. We get the block underway here with Joey.
Yeah, so I got 2 here, and they're both totals. I like the Mets-Pirates game to go under 7 runs. The Pirates are 12-6 to the under on the road this season, and 5 of their last 6 overall have gone under. Skeens is on the mound. I think he needs a strong start, especially if they want to keep up with the Mets' heavy bats. Mets, they're also a strong team at home, going to the under 11-7-1 on the season, and more specifically 20-13-1 to the under against right-handed pitchers. I like this one to stay under. And then the Nationals and the Braves. I like this one to go over. The Nats are 9-3 to the over in division games and 5-1 to the over in away division games specifically. Braves have gone over in 4 of 6. Their bats were quiet their last few games against the Cardinals. I think that they wake up a little bit here and this one goes over.
There we go with Joey. Next up over to Javon.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with the Tigers at even money in this one. Just don't like what I've seen out of Tanner Houck this season. You know, he's been getting smacked around pretty much all season. And with the Tigers on the 2-game, mini slide, I think they set things in order. They're at home, 14-5 at home. So I like my chances, even with Jackson Jobe on the mound. He has good stuff. Youngster, he's just got to put it all together. So that's where I'm at with it. I'll be on the Tigers. And I'm on the Pirates first 5. Skeens on the mound. I think they'll be competitive in this one, at least in the first 5 innings. Take a shot with him. You can't deal with a Pirates team whose bullpen is just atrocious. 5-14 on the road. Just not a productive bunch. Just a bad team overall. So we're gonna shorten the game. Got the better pitcher on the mound. And, hopefully they'll get it done at the end of 5.
There we go from Javon here. I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I agree there with Detroit in this one. Remember, Detroit faced 2 pretty solid pitchers, right? DeGrom and Eovaldi back-to-back here. I can tell you Hawkins is not even near the league of those 2. Not even near the league there. So I do like Detroit in this one. And looking here at this Tigers bullpen has been sharp at home this year. ERA 2.26 this year. So I'll look at the Tigers in that spot. Also, I'll look here at give me Philly on the run line. I like the way Sanchez has pitched this year. As a matter of fact, Sanchez at home on the run line when favored between -175 and $2. 9-4 in his career, returning 5 units. So I'll look at them in that spot. And what else do I have in this one? I like the under. Boy, that Braves-Pittsburgh series was such a sleep inducer, man. Lack of action, lack of hitting, lack of energy anywhere. These bats are dead for Atlanta. I like they're under 8.5 here. Nats here against these good bullpens, 7-2 the under on the road this year. Braves here as a home favorite of -150 or greater, 42-14 to the under. So I like the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's continue here with Major League Baseball for tonight. So we'll get to the next game. We'll close out baseball with these final 5 games. We have here Rockies and Rangers. The Rangers here 245. This one's come down from 9 back to 8.5 in the total. Royals and Astros. Astros $1.25, total sits at 8. Yankees and Mariners. Yankees $1.46, total of 8. Angels and Padres. The Padres $2.15, total 7. And the late night tonight we got D-backs and Giants. The D-backs $1.17, total sits at 8. We get the block underway here with Joey.
Yeah, I'm taking the Astros on the money line here against the Royals. I like Ryan Gusto. I think he's a solid pitcher, and I think he has another good outing tonight. Royals aren't the best on the road. They're 8-11 straight up and 5-9 as a road dog. Astros are 13-8 at home and 12-7 at home against right-handed pitchers. Astros money line there, and then honestly, I'm going to Diamondbacks on the money line against the Giants. I know the Giants are strong at home, but I don't trust Justin Verlander. He's not the pitcher that we've known for most of his career. Giants are 1-4 in his last 5 starts, and he's 0-2 this season, Justin Verlander. So I like the D-backs on the money line here.
D-backs there from Joey. No changes in the starters here for tonight. We do know that Schmidt is going for the Yankees tonight. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, I would like to take the under in the KC Houston game. Look, I was looking for Michael Walker to have some regression this season. So far, I've been wrong. Last start, three hits given up in 7 innings, no runs allowed at all. He's been having a solid season. Got to hand it to him, and I think that he'll handcuff the Astros. On the other side, Gusto's has some promise. He doesn't really go deep in the games, but it really doesn't matter. Their bullpen to do the job for the rest of the way for this one to stay under the total. It's at 8. And I like it at that number, so it'll be the under for me. And I don't know. San Fran at home getting even money. I understand. Verlander's he's long in the tooth, but he has been pitching better than his start of the season. His first couple outings, or first handful of outings, which were absolutely horrible. I think he's finding his way. He's a veteran, future Hall of Famer. I think that even though the Diamondbacks are an imposing lineup, I think he could get through them at least a couple times through the batting order. Then hand it off to the bullpen. So I'm gonna take a shot with basically a home dog who's a quality team. That's how I'm looking at it. San Fran.
And friend there from Javon, tell you what I think here about these games here for tonight. I like Seattle in this spot. Seattle's been a pretty good home dog. 3-0 as a home dog. Even Monday minus 150, plus 150 this year, returning 3.5 units here against good teams. These are teams with 540 to 620 win percentages. Yankees 1-4 on the road. Schmidt has been pounded on the road this season. Yankees bullpen beat up a little bit here in that game in Sacktown, but we know it was really hot. But still, they got beat up a little bit. Padres run line for me there. Angels 6-14 to the run line on the road this year, losing 13.5 units. The Padres here, they pound these teams that have bad bullpens, and they don't come any worse than the Angels when it comes to the bullpen there. So I'll look at the run line there with Padres, and I will look here at Arizona here in this one to get it done. Arizona past 6 games, 264, 11 homers. A tough spot for the Giants, their first home game off a road game, making that trip from Minnesota back home. D-backs when line between even money 150 this season on the road, 6-2, returning 3.5 units. So I'll look at the D-backs in that one, and I like the under with Rockies and Rangers. Colorado, we know they can't hit on the road. It's a totally different scenario here. This is not the Coors Field. We're going to Texas, where there's been a lot of unders there. Texas 16-4 the under at home this year. When we look at the Rockies as a dog on the road, 12-6 to the under as a dog of 150 or higher. I like the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. I'll turn our attention over to the exciting Stanley Cup playoffs here for tonight's action. I think Joey will do all the lifting today. So let's get on board here with the NHL for tonight. Capitals and Hurricanes. Here we got Hurricanes 240, total 5.5. Golden Knights and Oilers. Exciting series here. Oilers $1.10. This one on TNT. Total sits here 6.5. And doing heavy lifting today for us in hockey will be Joey.
Yeah, so I'm personally looking at Vegas here on the money line. I liked it a little bit better when it was plus money, but I still think we're getting a decent price here at them at about minus 102, which is what I just said there. Both teams are averaging around 3 goals on the season. I really don't trust Stuart Skinner here. He's lost 3 straight starts, and this is just his second start since Game 2 against the Kings. Aiden Hill is more in form, I guess you could say. But one thing I like about Aiden Hill, he's 5-2 his last 7 following a win. So I really like him to keep that momentum here, pick up a win for Vegas, and tie the series up 2-2. And in terms of the Capitals and Canes game, the value is obviously on the Capitals, but I'm going with the under here. The Capitals need a low-scoring game to stay in this one. Canes really aren't going to give up a lot, and I really think that in order for the Capitals to win this one, they need to make it a 2-1, 3-1 type of game. So Caps money line for the value, but the real play is the under 5.5.
All right, there from Joey. All right, we got you the NHL coverage from Joey. Just said, our friend from Manila, I know it's Tuesday already there, but still Monday night here. The Dodgers Athletics played Tuesday night in LA. That would be Wednesday morning in Philippines. So I had me a little bit confused there, my man Rich in Manila. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we're ready here for the Parlay Peripheral segment, where our cappers can give out a parlay, they can give out a player team prop, game of the future. They make the call. We know Joey having his eyes on a game in the future for sure tomorrow. But let's see what the cappers have here as we start with the Parlay Peripheral segments. We'll start here with Joey.
Yeah, I ain't going to be on the show tomorrow, but I said this way earlier on the drive-through, a couple of shows back. I said Pacers in 5. I'm not backing down now. Give me the Pacers on the money line tomorrow, and then give me the Pacers to win the NBA championship. I'm sorry, it might be biased, but Tyrese Halliburton's got something to prove. We've seen that the better teams are susceptible to losing, and I think if the Pacers offense keeps clicking to where they are, Pacers are taking it. So Pacers money line and Pacers to win the championship.
Yeah, this is the offense, right? The team that's shooting the ball can make the baskets. That's it where it is. Just shooting the ball. Well, gone over to Javon.
Yeah, we'll just go with the basketball plays. Minnesota Timberwolves minus 4.5, and Boston Celtics first quarter minus 1.5.
There we go from Javon. I'll tell you what I like here. I will take the Celtics. I like the Celtics there with Philly run line, and I also like under with the Nationals and the sleep-inducing Atlanta Braves bats tonight. All right, we got you through the Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dog. Coming to an exciting week of action, right? Getting to the back end here of these second rounds of the NBA and NHL playoffs. 15 games of baseball. You know it starts on Friday. The W returns. So we got a lot going on this week. We'll see. Of course, we're all into the W. Let's take a look here and see what's Javon's got cooking over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Of course, Javon getting it rolling here in the NBA. 386 units of profit. Javon, what you got for sale?
Yeah, got a 3-pack in the NBA. 6-1 in my last 7 NBA plays. Heating up in that. I was ice cold. Now I'm back again. Once upon a time, not too long ago, I was the number 1 NBA handicapper. You know what I'm saying? So that's how rough things were going. But now I done restored order, so it's safe to come back outside in the association. So I got that. Then I have one MLB play. Been doing pretty good in the MLB. Hitting my spots, not going too crazy, because the MLB show you no mercy if you try to take a lot of plays on any particular night. So just one play that should have hit as well. Jumbo certain long-term 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or matching mill with Joey Tron, Tony T, all 3 of us together for the Motac Cap Promotional. Can't go wrong here. Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. I'm with Javon over at Pick Dog. Great results from Javon here in NBA. So get on board. Long-term pass, a way to roll. You guys like that 7-day pass to start the Monday with get that Monday through Sunday action and use that promo code PICK to save that 15% off. All right, let's take a look and see what Joey's got for sale over at Pick Dog. Joey, what you got?
Yeah, I got just one more MLB play up for tonight. Like I said, rough weekend for me, but I'm definitely looking forward to WNBA. Third best capper on Pick Dogs last season. I'll definitely have my season package up sometime tonight or tomorrow. But like Javon said, pair the 3 of us up. Use that promotion. That's the best bang for your buck. And use the code PICK for 15% off.
Very good. That's Pick 15% off there. Get with all 3 of us here at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, you know what I got rolling here for tonight's action. I've got a best bet on the board right now from Major League Baseball. I also have a 3-pack with 2 baseball, 1 NBA. I'm the unit leader in MLB for the year. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use promo code PICK it. Check out, save that 50% off. Like I said, you guys love that $70 sports pass. No better time now to get it. And then we said multi-capper promotion. So match me up with Joey and Javon with the multi-capper promotion and get on board. All right, guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the drive-thru. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time, interact with us in the chat. Appreciate everybody in the chat room with your comments today. And of course, not only we provide great content here on live shows, a lot of great on-demand content as well, but just a friendly reminder there, getting close to 250,000 subscribers here at Pick Dogs. And look, if we get 250K people to hit that subscribe button, there's some good content on this channel. So you guys should hit that subscribe button, help us get to 250,000. We'd greatly appreciate that. Of course, Joey, you're part of it as well because you've got that NASCAR series up there.
Yeah, we got a NASCAR series. This past weekend, we went 2-2, cashed on Kyle Larson top Chevy and Christopher Bell top 5, so it was a pretty decent race. This weekend's race is the All-Star race. I won't have as many plays, but I'll definitely have a video, and that'll be dropping on Thursday night. Like and subscribe, and you'll be notified as soon as it drops.
Very good. There from Joe and, of course, Javon. I know we got you here on the drive-thru. You make up regular appearances on the weekend show with all that great content up there on the weekends, and, of course, you got a parlay video series.
Yeah, no parlay tonight on the board. I will have something up for tomorrow. And, per usual, I'll be back here on Friday, followed by the weekend shows both Saturday and Sunday. I might as well give out a Major League Baseball 2 teamer as well, since I didn't put anything out today, because that's what it was going to be on the docket. We will have the Detroit Tigers, and you can match that up with the KC Houston under.
There you go from John with the 2-team parlay. Very good. That's going to do it for this edition of the drive-thru. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 Eastern Time, so make sure you tune in. Anybody have anything to say in closing before we close it out?
Let's get it done. Let's win.
Let's win.